there is a special machine quilting stitch built into this machine. And I want to show you where it is and how to use it. Now, if you're used to stitch number 5 does like 6 stitches forward, 6 stitches back, and then it takes off, and then does back and 4 stitches at the end after you touch the reverse button. Well, that's fine and good, except when you're actually stitching maybe in the ditch or doing something through batting and echo quilting or something of that nature, you don't want those heavy stitches that are tripled up with stitch number 5. You want really tiny short stitches. Those stitches are going to be in the decorative stitch area 13, 24. You can also get to it by touching the 0 to 9, 13, 24, we'll go there too. And you'll notice it is set up to be a straight stitch only. And I know that because there's a little lock on the screen, so I can't do any width adjustments. I can do needle position adjustments, no problem. And I've got the open toe foot on, but this would be something like you'd use with the walking foot as your machine quilting. Now you see it has little dots at the beginning and end. So what it's going to do is it's going to stitch really, really short stitches. Now if you've ever tried to take out little tiny stitches, well, they just don't come out. So what it's going to do is it's going to go 6 little tiny stitches, but still in the moving forward amount. Then it's going to switch over to whatever stitch length you have it set for. When you get to the part where you want to end your stitching or be able to take it out and cut your threads, so you don't have to pull your threads to the back side or bury them, you can just go ahead, get really close, maybe stop about 1/8 of an inch away from the end of your intersection, like you're coming up to a place where you want to stop. So stop about 1/8 of an inch and touch the reverse button one time. And that's why the little symbol shows up on your screen. Just touch it and then go ahead and sew until it stops. So it's going to sew 6 little tiny stitches at the end. And then if you want to use the thread cutter, we still can. But the nice thing is that these stitches at the beginning and end are so secure. Even though I use that little thread cutter, I could come back here and snip these right there at the base, because it's not like it made a little knot in that same exact hole. It actually traveled slowly forward, and so those stitches are just kind of matted into the fabric. And then here, I mean, once again, I can't pull that open, but that's where I started, and I can just take that stitch and clip. If you're working with any like shiny threads or slippery threads, like an embroidery thread when you machine quilt like I do, those little stitches are very important, because those 6 will hold and make sure that those threads, because they're slippery, don't kind of start unlocking, and that is enough to hold it in place. So stitch number 1324 is a machine quilting stitch for that exact reason. Try it out next time that you're doing some straight line stitching with a walking foot on your next quilt.